What's up, guys? So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you, if you play Arma, how to fly the MH9 Hummingbird. With that, I'm going to show you the basic controls. Once I do that, I'm going to also show you a little bit in the Ghost Hawk 2, because the Ghost Hawk has a little bit more controls than the MH9, but this is a generally good helicopter to start off with, as it is pretty maneuverable. It's kind of touchy first time users, so I'm going to show you how to use it. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop right into it. Let's get started. So right now I'm in Eden Editor. If you want to hop in, you just load up to Arma, go to the main page. From here you can go here, select vehicles with crew, go to the NATO section blue 4, scroll down to where it says helicopters, go to the MH9 Hummingbird, left click it, drag over, place it down. You can hold left shift. When you hold left shift, it shows the orientation of the helicopter. If you were to do alt, it drags it around the area. Yeah, so oh, that was actually Windows. If you hold alt, sorry, I was holding Windows. If you just regularly drag it, it will move it around the plane. It's snapped to the surface. For some reason, if it isn't snapped, you go over here, you click that, and it will toggle surface snapping, so it'll connect to the surfaces. Alt changes the height of it. It should snap right down to the ground no matter how hard you're doing it. But yeah, just delete over it. We'll delete it. So I'm going to show you first the Hummingbird. Once you also need a player, if you need a player, you just select any person, drag them over, and it will place them, shift, orientate, and there you go. I just edited mine, so that way mine can look like that. If you want to learn how to edit a character and how to make them look like how you want to make them, I'll show you there. E is the entities. To look around, you hold right click and you just turn around. WASD, W, A, or S, A, and D. To go up and down is Q and Z. Q up, Z down. Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit play scenario in single player. For some reason, if it's not in single player, you just click play up here and you play in single player. Alrighty. I set it to third person so you can see my person. So what we're going to do is, I had the volume down because I don't have earplugs. If you scroll up to the vehicle, you're going to see a few things. You can see pilot, passenger, right and back, and inventory. Just a little bit. This is the inventory. You can also access it inside the vehicle. There you go. I don't have a GPS, so I'm going to throw that on. To toggle your GPS, you see like the little brackets right next to P. I usually use the right one. There's a left one as well, and you just press it again, it'll go away. Alright, so what you can do is you can press space, get in the pilot seat. You're inside the pilot seat. Like, awesome, great. How do I start it? You press shift, it'll turn on. I'm going to press enter to go to first person so you kind of see. Alt is to look around. In case you didn't know, if you double tap alt, it locks your look around, but you can use your mouse. Double tap it again to lock it back. So, I'm holding alt right now to look around. So you can see the helicopter spooled up. If you want to go up, you hold shift and it'll start going up. You can let go of it. I have it let go right now. It'll just kind of hover there. If you're tilted, as you can see, it starts to shift a little bit. Z is to go down, so shift up. Z is to go down. Once you're down on the ground, it'll stay like that. It won't move around as much. If you want to use your mouse, you also hold shift, go up. You push forward and it goes back. You pull towards you and it goes forward. If you, for some reason, you think you're going to lose yourself, you can press X and it auto hovers. So now you're auto hovered in place. If you need help landing, I would recommend using auto hover. It's really nice. If you want to move forward using the keys, W is forward, S is back. To go left, lean left is Q or A. To lean right is D. If you want to turn like the vehicle, like on an axis, E is right, Q is left. Keep in mind all these controls are the standard basic controls to fly a helicopter. So for some reason, if you change the controls, that's, you know, you have to work with your controls if you change it. These are the basic default controls. So that's that. So once you're in here and you have your GPS up, you can see yourself on the right there. If you press the GPS button again, which is the left bracket on the left, you can press it again. You can see how many people are in your crew. You can see you obviously have more options. You have your SLA, which is your sling. So if you sling anything on the helicopter, if you have a server that you can use slings on, that's what that's for. You have your bottom cam, which is your landing cam, which is what you can see, that black thing right there. Or actually, no, it's the red one, my apologies. And you can see as I'm getting lower to the ground, it kind of helps you if you're starting off on like a weird elevation, a weird hill that you're landing on with your teammates. That's what that for, and if you press it again, it closes out. If it ever closes out, you just keep pressing the brackets to go back to where you wanted to go. So there you go. That's how you fly the MH9 Hummingbird. Over here, we have the Ghost Hawk, which is a gorgeous vehicle, and if a lot of servers use it, you know this vehicle is a beast and a tank. A couple things to take note. Obviously, it's a lot bigger, so it's going to be a lot heavier. It's going to be a lot different in size. So just keep note of that when you're flying, taking off, landing, weight is definitely a factor that you're going to have to be careful of. Another thing to notice is it's got 2 side gunners, which is very, very nice. Very, very nice to have. So it's got some defense here. It's got door gunners. It's got seats in the back for individuals, and it has a landing gear. Whereas that does not. It's more of like a sled. Keep that in note. We're going to get in here. Pilot's on the left. Co-pilot is on the right, same as the other vehicle. Now that you're in here, a few things to take note of is on the left here, once you press that left bracket, you'll see the GPS, you see the crew, you have your sling, you have your driver's cam, you have your sensors. So what your sensor is, if you press Control R, which it doesn't tell you, but it turns on your radar. So that's in case you have any enemy aircraft, you have any friendly aircraft. This vehicle is capable of radar, and you'll see these turn on and stuff, but that's what that's for. So you'll see if there was any friendly in the area, there'd be like green little dots, and if there's any enemy, it would be gray or red dots, depending if they're locked on or not. If there's a missile, you'll see the missile come up. It'll be like a red little dot with an M, and you'll see it. You'll hear it too. It'll beep and stuff like that, and you'll see it track onto your helicopter and come towards you. And there's countermeasures, which you'll learn. If you look up in the top right there of the screen, you'll see CM Burst 168. That is your countermeasures, and I'll show you how to use those once we're in the sky. Same controls on the scroll wheel on the top. Let's look at the inventory here. We got our GPS, got some smoke grenades, same loadout, basic loadout. So we're going to start her up. So we're going to hold shift. I'm using alt to look around. You see her starting up here. Alrighty, now she's all good to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take her off the ground, just like before, press shift. Now you notice we're in the air, right? So if you have a vehicle with, I'm going to auto hover, X. So if you have a vehicle with wheels and you want to put them away to A, fly faster, and B, so they don't get messed up, you press G. And then you press G, there you go. There you go, look at that. All the wheels are up in the helicopter. Awesome, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to fly around. Let's get practice flying. You'll notice this one's a little bit, it feels almost delayed when you're pushing it, whereas the other one's very precise. It's just because of the weight. It's the weight factor. You definitely tell it's a lot heavier. And just be realistic when you know that these helicopters, the bigger they are, the more oomph they're gonna have. This is a very nice helicopter. So let's say you're getting locked on, right? You hear the beep, 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 beep. And you're like, oh shit, something's locking onto me. And you get locked on. You hear the solid monotone beep, the beep. What you're going to do is that's what that top right is for. You're going to press C for countermeasures. When you press C, there's your countermeasures. Now, typically, you want to do it once it starts coming closer. And with your radar on, you'll actually be able to look over and you'll see the missile where it's coming from. Like, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it has like a red square around it. And your sensors will tell you, you know, how close it is to. So let's fly back over to base here. Just right over there. We're gonna start holding Z. Tilt the nose up a little bit. Don't want to hold it too much because you don't want to just drop right in the sky. So you just kind of press it for a little bit, let go, press a little bit, let go, tilt up so you can kind of get it. Worst case, if you feel like you're going too low or you know, you're just not gonna get it, you feel a little unsure here, just press that X button and it'll take over for you. You'll auto hover and then you can hold Z, you know, be more dramatic with the buttons with the auto hover, and you'll be able to land it. I just took it off auto hover here, so if you're wondering why I'm able to control it so easily, that's why. And obviously don't forget with vehicles with gear to lower the gear. There you go. And it'll tell you in the top left too that the gear is deployed. You can see it there. If I were to auto hover real quick, that little wheel, when I press G, it goes away. Press L, that's your lights, which you can see right on the bottom right there. It's daytime, so you can't really see. Auto hovers off, gears down. Boom. There you go. There you go. Ain't too bad. Ain't too bad. It's gonna take some time to get used to, but you know, once you get, you know, good at flying in Arma, the servers that you're gonna be going on, people are gonna really appreciate it. People are gonna enjoy it, and people are gonna trust you in your flying. There you go. So if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask in the comments. If you want me to do any more tutorials, if you think it was simple, I appreciate it. Let me know. If you want to learn how to fly planes, next video up is going to be planes. I'm going to teach you guys how to fly a plane, how to take off, how to land, the instruments, all that, how to do it properly, how to show you how to auto land with the controls, and I'll show you how to land at an area where it won't let you do auto landing, so that way you can learn on your own. But yeah, if you have any questions, ask in the comments. My Twitch and my Instagram and my TikTok are all the same. So yeah, if you have any questions, just hit in the comments. Please like the video, follow, subscribe. Yeah, and I'll catch you guys next time.